Hello, everybody. Stu Smith here, going live. Hope you are well this Tuesday morning. We are going to talk about a few things as you guys congregate on here. First of all, um, rucking. I had a good question come up the other day. Thought I would just give a 5 minute chat about it. Um, the question was, what exercises best prepare you for rucking or carry over into rucking? And I just wanted to um, say this. I think rucking is a great way to burn calories. A lot of people in the military hate it and probably would never go back to it, especially if you were in the Army or Marine Corps, did a lot of rucking in your life. However, it is becoming a very popular way to train amongst just regular fitness enthusiasts around the world. Probably largely responsible for that is the Go Ruck organization. Great organization, great guys, and they have a lot of fun people that they do these events with. So my advice is this: don't put on a backpack if you're not already walking or running. You don't necessarily have to run. A lot of people like to just put on a backpack and walk. But if you're sturdy enough to walk, that is probably one of the first requirements before you add weight, because that will make walking even harder. The next thing is have a little foundation of strength where you can do weighted squats and lunges and walk up stairs um, for long periods of time. So I would say a combination of dumbbell squats, weight vest lunges, um, running up and down stairs, or running upstairs, walking downstairs. Those are good precursors to building your legs for the type of foundation that you would need for adding weight to your walks. And then we can discuss, how fast you want to walk. You can just walk and chill out and talk on your phone at the same time while you're walking. Be kind of chilled out, probably hit like a 18-minute mile pace. You can do a power walk, which is a little more focused uh, walking, where you could probably hit about a 13-14 minute mile. The minimum standard in Army world is that 15-minute mile pace. So you can do that with a good power walk. You don't have to run. And then the other one, I would say the more challenging one, but the one I tend to like, is more of a short stride shuffle. So it doesn't look like your normal run where you have a little bit more open stride. Um, you cut that stride probably by 6-8 inches, and now you're just higher cadence on that stride, but you're not opening up that stride to really hit harder, with that added weight on you. Some people do run with them. I don't recommend doing it for long, just because you will feel the pain all the way from your lower back to your feet and everywhere in between. Eventually, it will catch up to you. So a short stride shuffle is probably the safest, fastest way. And even myself, I've got it down to like 9.5, 10-minute miles with that short stride shuffle. So you can do it. You can go fast with that, and that's going to put you at the top of the class on any long ruck. Because you will see rucks. Whether you're going Rangers, definitely see rucks there. You'll see them in Army SF. You see them in the Marines, throughout the Marines, Recon. You'll see it at Buds. Um, you'll see it at SOAS. I think they do a 8 or 9 mile ruck um, for the SEAL officer assessment selection, which is something you should train for and be good at doing. But to get there, I would suggest weight vest walking first, weight vests or rucking on stair steppers, a stair climber. That's a really good one. In fact, I have a great article out there. When we had a firefighter working out with us, he was preparing for like the firefighter competitions. So stair stepper, yeah, those looking to join special ops, check out this. And he turned us on to the stair stepper. I'll put this comment in here over here. It's a really good workout. You want to work your legs, and let's say you don't have soft sand to prepare for soft sand running or load bearing with boats and logs and things like that, rucking in soft sand even. Get on a stair stepping machine and put on a 40-pound weight vest, and I promise you, you follow some of those workouts in that article, that will prepare your legs for any load bearing that you're going to do. But if you're just looking to burn some calories more than you would walking, that's what rucking will do. You'll probably burn 20% more calories just by putting on, 20-25% of your body weight on a backpack or a weight vest, which can make a big difference in pounds per week that you're losing. So anyway, that's my little intro to rucking. There's a couple good articles I have out there. There's this article called Rucking Progression. It's a pretty popular one over on Stu Smith Fitness. And it's got those three paces I just mentioned, that just chilling out walking pace, which you do walking a dog. You got the power walk pace, and you got the short stride shuffle pace. And then if you want to go any faster than that, I'll leave that to you. I just don't recommend it. All right. So there we go. Looks like we do have some questions over here. Justin asks, I see a lot of people saying Army SF would be a better option compared to SEALs. Obviously, the jobs are different, but do you think the days of recon or DAs are over for the SEAL teams? You know what? I don't know. I don't think terrorism's going anywhere. I think it's here to stay, and we're just in a lull between attacks. And somebody will be going to respond to those with direct action and recon type missions, whether it is people or machines and missiles. We'll be responding to it. So, it would be a matter of patience. I will say this, the Army SF are primed to be in those situations a little more, just because their foreign internal defense mission puts them with an indigenous force that is going against another group of bad guys that we consider bad guys too. And they may see things a lot more than your typical, terrorist response DA mission, if that makes any sense. But that's a good question. Honesty, I just don't know. Never know. Hopefully, after 20 years of war, people understand that, maybe we could do better at war is a failure of the political system, right? So something went wrong to follow it, but somebody attacks us, they're probably going to get their butt kicked in some fashion. So, not saying that's going anywhere, just don't know when it's going to happen. Let's see. How do you recommend simulating buddy carries without another person? Oh, that's a good question. I've heard the uneven weight distribution catches a lot of people off guard at buds. Yeah, we just do fireman carries all the time. When I say all the time, a couple times a week on leg days. But if you don't have one, my advice would be to get get a big sandbag where you can put a couple of different sandbags inside it, and carry it around. Drape it over your shoulder, let it hang off your back, hang around your front, and you can find a 120, 150 pound sandbag, you know, with a couple sandbags in it that throws you off a little bit. The other one would be maybe a slosh pipe. You know, get yourself a big PVC pipe, cap it, put water about 50% of it, and just let the water kind of go back and forth and try to shoulder carry that thing. That sucks. But the other one is just, you know, put a backpack on or a weight vest on and, you know, throw a sandbag over it. That'll probably get you into that human body weight type of weight that will help you replicate a fireman carry. The other option would be, if you don't have any of that, is just do farmer walks. You know, you can do a farmer walk with your hands over your head. You can do a farmer walk with your hands by your side and just walk with it. I recommend rucking at least once per week for life. Your feet will thank you. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, once a week is fine. That's when we do it. We might do it a second time during the week if we do another leg day or a special what we call the Spec Ops Triathlon, which is like a 4-mile run, 4-mile ruck, 1-mile swim workout we like to do. And we do that all on the beach. So it's soft sand, so it's not beating you up like pavement. So that is also helpful too. I would seriously avoid, if I'm rucking on hard ground the entire time, like sidewalks, just concrete or asphalt. Try to find some trails, try to find grass, try to find rubberized tracks, dirt, beach. You know, like you said, your feet will thank you for that, and your joints will too. Let's see, another question over here from the folks at Instagram. Does ticking count towards a weekly mileage like runs? I'm not sure what misspelling that is. Does ticking count towards ticking? Maybe rucking, you mean? I would count it towards rucking, running miles. I put them all in the same category, personally. Oh, I see. Yeah, you meant rucking. How would you recommend aiming for a personal best time in annual fitness test ruck that is 10 kilograms, 35 pounds? What distance are you talking about? You know, I would say if you're shooting around 35 pounds, there's no reason why you can't be, you know, 12-minute miles on that. That should work out pretty well for you. And then let's say you're doing 4 miles, you know, you do 4 miles in 48 minutes. My advice would be somewhere between that 12 and 15-minute mile marker. Like if you want to go fast, right? There's, you know, if you want to do it over an hour, that's fine too. But if you want to push your limits a little bit, I would say try to hit 4 miles in under an hour. A more advanced goal would be closer, you know, in the 40s. All right. Let's see. I do have some CSS videos to show as well. So I know we started off rucking, but now Gary put us on to the CSS, which, thanks for reminding me. I got 4 or 5 videos to show you today. While doing CSS, I feel that I'm not getting enough power with my kicking, scissor kick, breaststroke kick. How can I improve this? You know what, Gary? I got a video for you. Today, I actually saved a little kicking drill that I do with my folks that are hurting on the actual kick. So let me find that kicking drill that I pretty sure. Oh, here we go. So as you can see, he's got a kickboard here.
Try to get your feet up. They shouldn't be dangling.
Got a kickboard drill here, and here's the workout I want you to do.
Try
now you notice what I'm getting him to do is I'm getting him to kick
those ankles closer to
and
the
hold the
surface.
glide, and try to hold that glide for
Head down,
3 Mississippis. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Kick, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, kick, right?
Your
And just
feet are
try to see
sinking.
if you can get somewhere with your glide. We're working on his core.
It's more of a core
because
exercise.
his feet
for
are
you.
like 8 to 12 inches,
That's a good kick,
diagonally from where his arms are in
but
the
you're
water
swimming
body
diagonal
position.
right now.
So we got to get his
Versus
feet up a
swimming
little bit so
horizontally.
he's not swimming
Like
diagonally.
those feet are
So make sure
probably
your head is down and your feet
good
come
8,
up.
10 inches under
You
the
got to
water.
just kind of engage the core a little bit in order to do that. Otherwise, you're swimming diagonally and losing a lot of your force vector power.
Shouldn't be dangling.
But this is what we do. We'll do 25 yards with a scissor kick. And if you notice, that scissor
Head
kick
down,
is he
feet up.
brings up his heel towards his butt. In fact, I'll stop it right here. Oh, man.
Your feet are sinking.
Like, notice that top leg. There you go. See how he kind of brings his heel up towards his butt versus, sticking his leg out, real wide like he's doing the splits and trying to close it from the hips. Here, you bring the foot up, the knee comes out just a little bit in that streamline, and then you whip kick from the knee down to get those feet together, right? See that? So it's almost like an A step or B step in track workouts.
That's a good kick,
track
though.
warm-ups.
But you're swimming diagonal
you can Google
right
that
now
and see what I'm talking about, too.
versus swimming horizontally.
But anyway, the workout is this. You do 25
good 8,
with a
10
kickboard,
inches under
and then
the
you
water.
do 50 CSS without the kickboard, and see if you notice a little bit of difference. And you repeat that 10 times for a total distance of 750 yards in this little workout. So
try to get your.
There you go. Not too bad, huh? Good timing. You like that one? Let's see what else we got. Any questions over here on Instagram? Showing some CSS videos again. All right, let me close this out. Let's see. So that was the kickboard drill. This is without kickboard. And you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just like kick is just not working for him. And we're working on trying to fix this. One thing that'll help is not having these baggy shorts with big pockets, because that is like, just swimming with your brakes on. So get some tighter shorts and you'll glide a little bit better. But he's got a good top arm, bottom arm,
If you want a whole
kick
lane
and glide.
to yourself, you can grab
Like everything looks
I'll be over
really
there in a
good,
minute.
tight, streamlined. But his kick is just weak, and you can kind of see it. Like he's bringing his knee up now. Like it used to be like he'd bring his leg up this way and his foot was dangling way out here as well. And he was closing with the hip. So he's starting to learn that you bring that foot up and then you whip kick from the knee down. We're just trying to build some power. So something we're doing right now is
1 Mississippi,
some
2
jumping
Mississippi,
squats.
pull. See how you're pulling
For
early?
that leg, and jumping lunges.
Whip
so
kick
you
harder.
step forward with your right leg,
Those legs have to
and you go down, touch your knee to
faster.
the ground, and you jump up high as you can, and you land with your feet together standing. So it basically looks like just a jumping lunge, right? So we're doing that on land, and then we get into the pool. We try to practice swimming the CSS. Like you can see, he's just not gliding that far. I'll compare it to a guy who really is gliding very far.
Almost
if
getting
you're
it
wondering
in a
if
minute.
you're gliding far, my advice is do this.
If you want
So you kick off the wall, there's one stroke,
a whole lane to yourself, you can
2
grab
strokes.
one of those.
Just count your strokes.
I'll be over there
for
in a minute.
25. 3 strokes. 4 strokes. 5. 6. 7.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, pull.
8.
See how you're pulling early?
9.
Whip kick harder.
10 strokes.
Those legs have to
like we're going to
close
probably hit
harder
11
and
strokes
faster.
there. So that's too many strokes. I want you to be swimming half of that. 5 or 6 strokes is what you need to do to be a little more efficient. So let's show you somebody who's a little more efficient. And I think I have a couple of those here. Yeah, this is a good one. All right, so let me show this again. So this one's a little more efficient for it, and you can see the difference
One Mississippi, two
in
Mississippi,
the
three
amount of
Mississippi, four.
power and glide that he has compared to the other guy.
Streamline is perfect.
So he has the breaststroke pullout. The other guy did not.
Top arm,
Bottom arm.
kick and
Kick,
hold that glide.
Oh man, look at
Look
that.
how
There's
long he's
two
holding the glide.
strokes. Well,
One
if you count the
Mississippi, two
breaststroke
Mississippi,
pullout,
three
there's
Mississippi,
3.
four.
There's
You don't
4.
have to hold it to 4, but if you got a streamline like that,
And
you can.
5.
Most people
So yeah, he's
don't have that good a
50%
streamline,
fewer strokes.
so it's
Let's count these again. Bottom arm or breaststroke pullout. There's 1. There's
Streamline's
2.
key. You want to go faster? You got to get those biceps
3.
on the side of your head. One hand on top of the other.
There's 4.
Solid kick.
So power kick and a streamline. There's 5.
And that pace right there
He'll get all the way to
is
the
7
wall.
flat.
Yeah.
So streamline.
That's pretty. Let's just see it one more time. This guy's really good. He's swimming like he's
Top
a
arm,
non-swimming
bottom
athlete,
arm.
swimming
Kick
about
and hold that glide.
7:30.
Look how long he's holding the glide. One Mississippi.
He
two
can
Mississippi,
coast
three
in at a
Mississippi,
7:30,
four.
about 45 seconds.
You don't have to hold it to 4, but if you got a streamline like that, you can. Most people.
About the only thing
don't have
I'm
that
really
good
hitting
streamline,
for is a high elbow.
so
He has a
probably
tendency
pull
to
on
want to
3.
go high
It's
elbow
typical.
recovery. They call it sharking.
Streamline's key. You want to go faster?
But that's
You got to
about
get those
the thing.
biceps
That's
on
easy
the
to
side of your
fix.
head.
All it's
One
going to
hand
take
on
is
top
an
of the
instructor
other.
yelling at him.
Solid
Fix
kick.
it real quick.
And that pace right
That
there.
is a much more efficient swim. So that made sense, right? Oh man, where'd my videos go? All right, so I have some more videos to show you, but I'm going to go back, see if you guys have any questions. So, sir, hit 927 on my 500-yard CSS yesterday. Nice. Good work. Does your weight and height affect your kick? I don't think so. I mean, I think, yes, some of the faster swimmers are definitely taller, longer limbed people. But I've seen short guys swim sub 8 too. You know, under 5'5" swimming sub 8 just because they have a good kick and a tight streamline. That's the key. Hard kick, straight, tight streamline, and a good top arm pull is the key to, you know, gliding faster and moving faster in the water. Let's see, I'm 180, 5'9" with big quads and calves, and my kick isn't taking me anywhere. I still can't get sub 11 on the swim. Yeah, my advice, send me a video. Let me see what's going on. Could be your kick. If it is your kick, try that kickboard drill and learn how to kick. You know, it's not opening and closing your legs, you know, like straight leg kicking like this. You got to bend that leg and whip kick it from the knee down with that top leg, and that back leg is a whip kick also from the knee down, but you're pushing with the top of your foot, and the front leg you're pushing with the bottom of your foot. If you're doing a scissor kick. If you're doing a breaststroke kick, different story. I usually don't recommend people doing breaststroke kick unless they learn the breaststroke kick. Chances are learning the breaststroke kick and getting good at it fast, if you're a non-swimming athlete, is not going to be a quick process. Just because your whole life you've probably spent doing this, not, you know, spreading your legs and closing them this way, right? There's a different set of muscle groups in the hips that get developed when you are able to do that breaststroke kick versus scissor kick. If you spend a life running, lunging, doing stuff like that, your scissor kick's probably better developed. And that's just me speaking generically, I guess. You know, most non-swimming athletes do better with scissor kick. Most swimming athletes do better with a breaststroke kick. But eventually, everybody has to learn scissor kick, flutter kicks when they put on a big pair of scuba fins, because you're going to use those two kicks when you are swimming in the ocean with fins. All right, let's see what else we got. No more questions. All right, well, if you got questions, send them. I'm going to share another video and see what we have here. Man, where's my video here? All right, so showed this one. I don't think I showed this one yet.
All right, good. Kick off the
This
wall,
one's
double arm
okay.
pull. I
This
like
is
it.
not a
Come on.
great
Top
video to
arm,
show,
bottom
but
arm.
there's some things
Kick
that I
and
want
glide.
to
See how
show
you
that are
kick.
common mistakes. But here's the interesting part. This is actually pretty fast. So check it out a little bit. I think it's part of his streamline that's pretty good. And then the only thing he's doing wrong is he's popping up his head to breathe like he's doing the breaststroke. And you'll see it when he kicks off the wall here. So kicks off the wall, good
All right, good. Kick
streamline.
off the wall, double arm
Awkward
pull. I like it.
double arm
Come
pull.
on.
I would say
Top
take
arm,
that out. It's not
bottom
helping
arm.
him any.
Kick and glide. See how
But
you
as you
pop
can
your
see,
head
the
up a little
top
bit?
arm
So I want you to turn
pops up like he's doing
your head
a
with the top
breaststroke.
arm.
Notice this arm recovery. See how his arms are already getting away from his
Inhale
body
with
right here? His whole head pops up out of the water. You don't want to do that. Your
the
feet just
bottom.
drop. And then you see this right here? Arms are like this far away from his body, right? So you want to be in tight when you do that arm recovery so you're not just, like I said, swimming with the brakes on. So even with all of this,
Stay on your side
he's still fast.
whenever you breathe.
Right?
Don't roll over
I
on
would
your
say
belly.
turn to breathe versus popping up to breathe like you're doing freestyle, not the
Try it again on
breaststroke.
this side. See what happens.
I take out that breaststroke
so
pull
all
out. I
that
don't
looks
think you need
really
to worry
good
about
until
that.
right there.
You're just going to get
Pop your head
yourself
up.
winded.
So I want you to turn.
2 strokes. I think
Don't
it's
see
he
that
has
big
these
bottom
long
arm
arms.
pull.
He's
Don't
got a
throw that
powerful
big
kick.
bottom arm pull all the way
Decent
down and roll over
streamline
on
when
your
he's in
belly
the
during
streamline
it,
position.
'cause it
Just
makes
getting
your
into the
breathing
streamline
awkward,
position
like you're
is
doing
not
a
that
breaststroke breath
efficient.
versus
But
freestyle breath.
that right there is a
All right,
47
good. Kick off the
second
wall, double
50,
arm pull. I like it.
which is
Come
sub
on.
8.
Top arm,
So
bottom arm.
there's a part
Kick
of
and
me
glide.
that
See how you
says,
pop
hey,
your
if you're
head up a
swimming
little
sub
bit?
8,
So I want you to
hey,
turn
you do you.
your head with
And
the
just keep
top
on
arm.
going.
Inhale
But
with the bottom
you
arm.
also want to make it
Stay on your
efficient for
side
him so
whenever
he
you
can
breathe.
swim
Don't
a sub
roll
8
over on your
with
belly.
fewer strokes, longer glides, less effort. That will
Try it
make the
again on this
rest
side.
of his
See what happens.
PST
all
much
that
better.
looks really good
Especially if you're
until right
swimming
there.
first, last thing you
Pop
want to
your
do
head up.
is just
So I want you to
wear
turn.
yourself out and then you
Don't
blow
see
your
that big
push-ups,
bottom arm
sit-ups,
pull. Don't
pull-ups,
throw
and
that big
run
bottom arm pull all the
you're
way
just
down
burnt
and
out.
roll over on your belly
Used
during
all
it.
your glycogen,
Because it just makes your breathing
in
awkward,
the
like
swim.
you're doing a breaststroke breath versus
But
freestyle
yeah,
breath.
minor fixes there. Won't take long to fix him for sure. Hey, Stu, if I email you my swim, would that be all right? Yeah, sure. Stu@StuSmith.com is my email address. So you can email me there. Or you can go to Instagram, StuSmith50, and just DM me there. That's another easy way to do it. In fact, I'll put the my email address in this little ticker. You see that? Stu@StuSmith.com. So question here from JT says, just started strength training. How close should I be to failure each set? I'm doing 4 to 5 reps and not necessarily aiming for hypertrophy. I mean, you don't need to fail every set, but I would leave one in the hole. I used to say, where like pick a weight where you could do 6 times, but probably be almost failing. And but you could do 4 to 5 reps. Now, that just means every set. However, you want to throw in a set where you add some weight and you can't get 4 or 5, that's fine. Just do 2 or 3. But let that be, one of your hard working sets, maybe even towards the end, see what you got left in the tank. That's how I've always done it, and I was pretty good at lifting at one point in my life. Still am okay. But that's how I would do it. Good question. Let's see, no more questions. All right, I think I have one more video to share, and it is, it's a rough one. let's just, I'll just show you this. We'll do a before and after one here.
Glide. There you go. Top, bottom.
I'll bring him back
Nice. Not
in a
bad.
few weeks and see what he's doing. So you guys can see here, like, thinks he knows the CSS, been self-taught until today. He came to the pool.
Top arm, bottom
Kind of
arm.
see he's
Kick and
not
glide.
quite figuring it
There you
out.
go. Top, bottom, kick, glide.
You heard me talking.
Top,
Just like,
bottom, kick and glide.
So
There
he's
you go.
trying to figure out top arm, bottom arm,
kick,
kick,
glide.
hold the glide.
Nice, not bad.
Just not horrible. Like he's getting the
Top,
basics down,
bottom,
but streamline
kick and
needs to
glide.
be
So
tighter
notice
up
his
top.
Was really good. Top leg going
Kickoff,
forward,
yes,
but
you
watch
see the
what happens
streamline
here.
position.
When you change the
And then
sides,
here's where it goes
boom,
really
goes
bad.
back to the weak side.
As you notice, he switched
he's trying
sides
to
because he was
switch-
facing
trying
me
to-
coming down, and
really
now
good.
he decides
Top
to,
leg going
instead
forward,
of
but
going
watch
his
what
more
happens
comfortable
here.
side, he
When you change the
decides
side,
to switch sides. And now
boom,
notice what happens.
goes back to
Here's
the
a
weak
real
side.
common
Yeah. Oh, he's trying
error
to
that
switch,
occurs
trying to
when you
switch
are
sides just so
playing
he's doing
around
the
with
same
both sides.
kick.
You see,
He's just changing
notice the kick. His kick is basically a strong side kick. He's
sides,
just
but
doing
he's
it on
doing
the
the
weak
same
side.
kick. So what you got to do when
So
you
it
change
started
sides,
off
you
with
also
his top leg going
top
backwards.
leg going forward, but watch what
this.
happens here.
So
When you change the sides,
right here, see that top leg goes
boom,
backwards.
goes back to the
Then
weak
he's
side.
like, huh, maybe I.
Oh, he's trying
that
to
feels weird. Maybe I should
switch
just kind of
sides just
roll
so
over on my other
doing
side
the
and
same
do my
kick.
scissor kick that way. So if you notice,
change sides,
he
but he's
shifts
doing the same
and
kick.
he does.
So what you got to do
strong
when you
side
change
kick on his
sides,
weak
you also
side.
need to change kicks.
It just adds a lot of
lesson learned.
unneeded energy waste there when you do that. So that's a common one. So my advice is don't even think about working the other side of your CSS until you master the strong side. And then it's easier to do almost like a mirror image training cycle with the other. So I'm 6 foot, 165, 170. Running is my weakness. Should I continue normal training and running, or should I try to specifically gain some more weight? Where you are skinny, for your height, not horribly, you know, that's a tough one because you probably need to put on some mass, not much, maybe 15 pounds, probably put you in that good zone to have a little more durability, especially if you put on some strength with that mass. But it's going to make running a little more difficult for you. So my advice is, I would probably do like a calisthenics and cardio cycle first, then just to work on your running and muscle stamina, then go into a lift cycle, something like this, where you are focused on increasing your strength, putting on some mass, but you're still maintaining your cals and cardio. It's a block periodization model that works really well for what you need to do because you need to get good at everything. And that may require a lift cycle that also has like this deload week where you focus on your running and calisthenics. You're still going to be running in this. It's just not a lot. It's going to be shorter, faster runs that may help your leg speed and maintain your conditioning, but it's not going to take away from too much running where you're just running your ass off and losing weight. So check out that one. Cals and cardio probably, and then strength and crush the PST. Let's see. How often would you recommend train big lifts, squats, bench, deadlift, overhead press in a week, focusing on increasing strength? Yeah, that's a good question. A lot of people, with those big lifts like that, just do them once a week. I personally like 2 leg days and 2 upper body days per week. But it's going to be kind of up to you on that one. And maybe, one day you can mix the two together. Something I like to do is, make it a push pull leg split where you do push like your bench press. One day you do your pull, which is pull ups and deadlifts the other day, and then you do a leg day after that, take a day off, and then do another push pull leg cycle. It's another classic split routine that I found to be useful. Let's see. I guess that's about it. All right, folks. I do need to leave here a little bit early today. Sorry. But I showed you all the videos I wanted to show you. And if you have a question that I did not answer, just email me, stu@stewsmith.com. You can also check out stewsmithfitness.com. There's plenty of articles over there. And use the Live15 coupon code, save you 15% on any programs you're thinking about getting. And I appreciate your time. I'll be back next week. And I think I may have a podcast going up this week as well. So stand by for that later in the week. It'll be up on my YouTube channel and on my audio version where you find podcasts. So that's the Tactical Fitness Report podcast. All right, folks. I will see you later. You guys have a good one.